Hey guys, I'm Tammy and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to sew a really easy DIY skirt. Now that it's summer, I really like to wear really easy, simple pieces, and if you're looking for a very easy, beginner-friendly project, this is definitely for you. So I'm going to be using some scrap fabric for this project because this skirt takes less than half a meter to sew. I have this really gorgeous crepe fabric. It's actually a crepe with stretch. You definitely need a stretchy fabric for this project. But as you can see, it has such a gorgeous texture and it has a really nice drape. So you're going to need one pattern piece for this skirt. We're going to take our waist measurement and divide that by 2. So for my case, that's going to be 29 divided by 2, which is 14.5. That's going to be the width of the top line. Then the bottom line is going to be that first number, which is 14.5 in my case, times by 2, and that's going to give me 29, which is the width of the bottom line. Now we want the skirt to be kind of mini length, and I'm going to make this 18 inches high. You're going to want to make sure both lines are centered in the page, and then you're going to want to draw a connecting line from the top to the bottom, and that's going to give this really lovely A-line shape. And I cut this piece twice to give me the front and the back. So I've just cut out my pattern pieces and this is what it should look like. As you can see, it has a really lovely A-line shape. The top is smaller than the bottom of the pattern piece. So you'll have 2 of these and you're going to want to place them together with right sides facing like this. And we're going to sew along the side seams. So this is a side seam down here and this is a side seam down here. For this project, because we're using a stretchy fabric, you need to use a stretch stitch on your sewing machine. That can be a zigzag stitch. Or if you're like me, I'm going to be using the overlocker just to sew the seams. But regardless of what you're using, you're going to want to use a 1 centimeter seam allowance. So I've just sewn the side seams of the skirt and this is what it looks like. As you can see, I used an overlocker for this, but like I said, you can definitely use just a zigzag stitch on your sewing machine. Just make sure you're using a stretch stitch. So this is what the skirt looks like now that we've sewn both side seams. So to make the skirt really comfortable, I'm going to use elastic in the waist and I'll show you how to do that. I'm going to be using a 1 centimeter wide elastic and this is what it looks like. As you can see, it's really nice and stretchy. And what we're going to do is take our waist measurement and minus 1 inch off that number. Once you have that number, cut that out of the elastic. So currently it's just one long piece of elastic, but what we're going to do is actually place both of the ends together like this. And we're going to zigzag stitch that on the sewing machine. And once we've done that, we will have a circular piece. So I've just gone ahead and sewn that on the sewing machine and that is what it looks like. So now the piece of elastic should be circular like this. We're now going to slide this over the waist of the skirt. So I've just placed the end where we sewed on one side and on the other side I'm just going to mark a notch. And that just means we can align both of these sections to the side seam of the skirt. So the skirt should look something like this. We've aligned the side seams together with the elastic and this is the wrong side of the skirt facing out, which is what we've pinned the elastic to. What we're going to do now is just stretch the elastic and pin it to the rest of the waist. So I've just pinned the elastic to the skirt waist and it looks like this. As you can see, I've done both side seams and the front and back at the center roughly. To attach the elastic to the skirt waist, what we're going to do is sew this on the sewing machine. So just as an example, this is one of the side seams and this is one of the center fronts. And when we're at the sewing machine, we're going to stretch the elastic to fit the fabric and sew that with a zigzag stitch and do that for the rest of the waist. When we're sewing the zigzag stitch, we're going to want to center it all the way down the elastic. So I've just gone ahead and attached the elastic to the waist of the skirt, and this is what it looks like. As you can see, I used a zigzag stitch to attach it. I'm definitely not the neatest when it comes to sewing a zigzag stitch, but as long as it's kind of in the middle, I think that's okay. I know we're already using a stretchy fabric, so we might not need elastic, but I personally find it gives a bit more of a stable finish at the waist. But to finish the waist, what we're gonna do, fold the waist towards the wrong side and stitch this all along using a zigzag stitch. And that just means the inside should look like that, and the outside will look nice and clean. So now that I've folded the elastic down and sewn it once more with a zigzag stitch, as you can see, the waist is really nicely finished on the right side with the zigzag stitch, and on the wrong side it looks like this. Stretch fabric doesn't actually fray, and neither will the elastic, so I've left the inside edge raw. If you really want to, you could fold that down once more and sew that down, but that is purely optional. So that is the waist of the skirt finished. All we have to do now is hem the bottom. To hem the bottom of the skirt, all we're going to do is fold the bottom edge in by 1 centimeter towards the wrong side, and we're going to sew this all along the edge using a zigzag stitch. I've just finished hemming the bottom of the skirt, and this is what it looks like. As you can see, the skirt now is completely finished and it looks really, really cute. Let's see what it looks like on. I hope you enjoyed seeing how I sew this really easy DIY skirt. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this tutorial, please be sure to subscribe to my channel and leave a comment down below if you're thinking of making this too. I'll see you in the next one.